Hey guys, what's up? Shannon here. I hope everybody is having a awesome week so far. I want to talk to you today about living our healthiest and happiest lives. For those who don't know me, my name is Shannon Wooten and I am a Beachbody health and lifestyle coach. I believe that healthy habits create happy humans. It's a super bright, shiny day here. So going in and out, hopefully you can see my face. So today we're going to get a little personal. I wanted to do this video after work, not in the morning, because sometimes things are just like not always bright and sunshiny, and get a little bit more personal. Talking about low self-esteem can be a little bit heavier, but we're still going to talk about living a healthy life. So to talk about living healthy and happy, I think it's really important to talk about being unhappy. In my opinion, you're unhappy if you feel like a victim in your own life. I know a lot about victimizing oneself because I have done it. I have done it to myself. For those that don't know, my husband and I were diagnosed with infertility a few years ago. After that, I had surgery, and it was a very painful surgery and healing process, and I had daily doctor's visits, lots of poking and prodding, so that was fun. And I was injecting myself numerous times a day with infertility drugs. Not to mention I don't like needles, so that was great. During the process, my hair fell out and my skin became a wreck. And each failed pregnancy brought on more physical and mental pain than I was prepared to handle. Nobody told me that it was going to do that. Nobody told me it was going to rock my world that way and change the way that I feel about myself and change all of my relationships. I victimized myself by not talking about it with anyone. I didn't know how. I mean, how do you say, hi, I have infertility and I'm just so sad, and insert moment where I fall on the floor and fall into a ginormous puddle of just crying and tears. That's not fun for anybody, and it's not comfortable for me. And especially at that time, it has taken me a long time to get to the point where I can talk about it without falling into a ginormous, puddly crying mess. I also victimized myself because I worried about how it would make me look. And that's a truth teller right there. Worrying about what people think about you is not a glamorous thing to admit, let alone thinking that you're barren and you're infertile, or that if they talk to you about it, you're just going to break apart and die. So you feel ashamed to talk about it, but then nobody wants to talk to you about it. And you're victimizing yourself because you don't do anything. You become frigid and frozen. With every period, my self-esteem fell lower, and with every fertility shot, I developed this immense hatred for my body. I became at war with my body. I hated the way I looked. I hated the way I felt. I hated everything. I couldn't become in tune with my body, and it became an alien to me. Imagine being the type of person that never wanted to have kids. That's me. And then deciding one day you did want to have kids, and somebody telling you that you can't. You're not prepared for that. You're just not. And I hated my body because it wasn't doing what I was desperately trying to get it to do. I had cut it open. I had been poked and prodded and inserted several injections and rounds of fertility drugs that just rocked me. They just messed me up. And I didn't know what to do. I hated myself because I am a very blessed person. I have a wonderful family. I have great friends, a lot of you which are signing on and watching right now, and I love you and I appreciate you and I value you. And I couldn't enjoy any of that. I was so sad, and my self-esteem had plummeted so low that I couldn't enjoy anything. I mean, I'm the person that loves freaking Mickey Mouse. Tinkerbell is my homegirl. She sits on my desk all day long. I'm the girl that loves, living life, and I lost it. I lost that zest. I lost that drive. And when people are feeling victimized and, so low by their self-esteem, there's a reason they feel trapped. There's a reason, whether it's low self-esteem, whether it's addiction. alcohol abuse, drug abuse, it's body image issues, depression, whatever it is, there's a reason. There is something that is the catalyst that's making you feel that way. For anyone who goes through, or maybe is going through, this particular struggle with self-esteem or depression, thank you, Jasmine, I love you. For anyone that's going through this struggle, there's generally something that happens to you that it jars your awareness. It jars you and says, you're going through this, because I have to tell you, while you're in it, it's so hard to acknowledge, to see, to want to say to yourself, hey, you're not feeling like yourself. Hey, you may be depressed. Nobody wants to tell themselves that they feel depressed. Nobody wants to feel like they have low self-esteem. It's not something you strive for. I love you. Thank you, Jessie. And for me, this is a moment that happened to me that imprinted itself on me and will live with me for the rest of my life. But it was a November afternoon in Pittsburgh. And for anybody that knows Pittsburgh, in November, it's gray all day long. So you can get away with wearing your jammies and sitting on the couch on a Saturday afternoon. So I was in my jammies, and I had this very big furry blanket up around me. And my husband has has his own business. So he was upstairs getting dressed to go to a DJ event, and he came down, and I was sobbing. I was crying uncontrollably, the kind of crying where you cannot catch your breath crying. And he, if you know my husband, he cannot stand to see me cry. He just can't handle it. And during that time, I was crying a lot because my emotions were everywhere. My hormones were everywhere. My self-esteem was crazy. And he came down the steps and he said, babe, what's wrong? And when you're crying and you can't get that lump out of your throat, you can't get to the point where you can talk and you have to swallow it down because you're crying so hard. And I looked at him and I said, I know why people kill themselves. And that was a jar. That was a moment that was like, oh, fuck. Like, that just came out of my mouth. And for anyone who struggles with low self-esteem, you understand. You may not have gone to that point, but you understand there's something that shakes you to your core that says something is not right. And it's like seeing yourself from two sides. It's crazy. One side is desperation and sadness and fear and loneliness. And the other side is a genuine yearning to feel true, sincere happiness. You watch it from afar. You can almost touch it, but you can't get it in your heart. And you want it so bad. People that are that sad or that depressed, they don't like being that way. They know they are potentially the wet blanket. They know nobody wants to talk about it because it's sensitive and it's uncomfortable. Thank you, Emily. Mwah, I love you. And they don't enjoy it either. But there's no balance. When you're in that place, there's no balance. And low self-esteem, it's like being stuck in a land of negativity and there's no exit because you don't know what to do. You're stuck. If you remember the other day, if you saw my video from the other day, so it was a lot less serious, I gotta tell you. But if you saw my video the other day, you know that I said, and it's truly how I feel, self-esteem is like a coat. Low self-esteem, it's a choice. Being sad, it's a choice. Just like being happy, just like being overweight, it's a choice. We pick it up, we put it on, and we wear it. And by acknowledging it, we give it life. We allow it to be a part of us. And it's not something that you want, but it is a choice. If you stay in it, it's a choice. And my mom says something that I apply to low self-esteem. And when I got to that really dark place, this is what kept reverberating through my head. She says, there's no argument if you don't engage. So imagine, someone's coming at you, they're running their mouth, and they have all kinds of things that they feel that they need to say because they're self-important. And you say nothing. You do not engage. I mean, that's even better than saying, girl, bye, or bitch, I'm done with you. That's how I decided to approach self-esteem. That's the choice I make every single day. Every day I wake up with no baby, or I have a period. I make a choice not to engage. I literally look at my self-hatred. I literally look at any remnants of low self-esteem with an attitude that says, bitch, I am done with you, because I am done with it. I am tired of being that girl. I am tired of living in that shell. I am tired of feeling that way about myself because it's not true. It's wrong and it's false and it's not how I feel in my heart. I am done victimizing myself, and I want you to be done victimizing yourself too. I want it so much, I don't even know if you can see it, my hands are shaking. I may not have a baby. You may not be at your desired weight now. You may not be as happy as you want to be now, but you have a life and a responsibility to live it. It is a blessing that you are here, and you have value, and you have something that you need to give and provide the world. And it's you. It's 100% you. There is no expectation on you. You do not need to make other people feel comfortable. It is not your job to make them happy. It's your job to make you happy. And by you being happy, you will bring happiness into the world. You will impart your very truthfully special gift on this world, because every person has a very special gift, and it's them, and that's it. So at that jarring moment, I knew I needed to stop, and you can stop too. You can take that coat off, burn that motherfucker, take yourself off the shelf, put yourself back into action into your life, and start being active and being happy. My advice to anyone who is going through this struggle, anyone, whether it's addiction, again, whether it's weight loss, again, it's depression, low self-esteem, whatever it is, stop engaging. Take off the low self-esteem coat. Look at yourself every day, every moment you have a hard day where you feel like you're thinking self-deprecating thoughts, where you feel bad about yourself. Say, bitch, I am done with you, because you need to be done. It is time to engage. It is time to live your life, because you are stronger than you think. You are so much stronger, and you have a truly, truly special gift. So I thank you guys for getting personal with me this evening, and I'm sorry if it was heavy, but self-esteem is a heavy, heavy thing. It affects so much of our lives. Anybody that's going through addiction, anybody that's going through depression, anything in your life where you look at it and you feel like this is bigger than me. This is going to get hard. You are stronger than you think. So thank you for joining me. I am super, super, super grateful for all of your support. Please post comments or questions or likes, whatever. And I love hearing from you. Go to Life with Shannon, follow me, get more fitness, health, badassery tips, and be easy, do good things. Much love to you guys. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.